Welcome everyone. I hope and pray you all are well. Culture Unite presents the Bhangra Aid 2020 online concert on the 25th of July from 4 p.m. until 10 p.m. I'm Chandni Kahn. I will be your host on the day and before the upcoming event with live interviews with some of the artists who are going to perform from their home or studio. In these difficult times, Bhangra Aid 2020 aims to unite artists and public worldwide. During this journey, we will also be extending our appreciation to all key workers around the world, but at the same time to send a message of hope to the public. Music and entertainment is the language of love and peace, and that's what we need right now. Before we start with the interview, I would like to remind you to visit our website at www.bhangraaid.com to get your free broadcast link for the event. Today, I've got another talented, amazing, great female artist with me who is a Bhangra dancer and she was a finalist in the Best Newcomer category at the UK Bhangra Awards 2019. She won the Bhangra Dancers Talent Show in 2019. She has an amazing dance academy in the Midlands in the UK where she helps people who are in depression to get over it and also youngsters to keep them away from off the street. She has taught and performed worldwide. A warm welcome to Ridaa Husain from Dance Bhangra.
Hi, Chandni.
Hello, Ridaa. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Thank you for a lovely introduction. How are you?
Thank you. I think I should be even have the opportunity to say more. You are ambassador of the whole community, if you think of it, for all these things you do. It's just amazing. But thank you for your time as well to join us, and tell us how have you been during this lockdown period, first of all.
It's been a very, very strange 4 months, I think. I think we all went through different phases, we were anxious to start off with, and we thought maybe let's be a bit productive. And then maybe we were getting bored. So I think I just went through different cycles. But now I think I'm in a good place and trying to be really productive with my time and focusing on Bhangra, focusing on my work. So yeah, it's been a very strange 4 months.
Okay. Well, we come back to that. I think in during this lockdown periods, you've done amazing stuff as well. So it's not like sitting behind and not to do anything. But before that, just tell us a bit more about you. How that your journey of getting into dances and interesting. That you are self-made and you taught yourself.
Yeah. So I think my journey started about 13 years ago now, actually. So it's funny because I didn't know I could dance. And then I was at a wedding and a few people said to me, Ridaa, you're a really good dancer, you know that. So I think the more people started to say that to me, the more I started to take it seriously. So then when I went to university, I started up my university team there and then choreographed for about 3 years. So when I then came back, I decided, okay, I really want to learn properly now, like traditional folk Bhangra. So I joined another academy and really trained myself. And then my journey just, it continued from there. But I always had a vision of having my own academy. I always wanted to create something that wasn't just local, but global. And that's always been my aim. And so Dance Bhangra was born, 3 years ago. I launched it on my dad's birthday because it's extra special to me.
Wow.
And I haven't looked back since then, and to be honest, it's every day is a new day to learn. I would never claim I've learned everything. Every day is a new day to learn, and I'm still teaching myself new techniques, new ways of dancing. So yeah, it's been a nice journey.
I mean, you said the baby was born 3 years ago. What was the inspiration for that? That you wanted to bring this out, but there was something more?
Yeah, so I think for me, it was really important to create a safe space for dancers, a space for youngsters, a space for elderly, everybody. And Dance Bhangra isn't just a dance academy, it's more bringing the community together. So yes, I teach, every week, but really that's an opportunity for people to get to know each other as well. So many people have, met their best friend in my class, and I think that for me, it's about bringing people together, and that's really, really important. So yes, Bhangra is great. We learn something new. We learn a different type of dance, different culture, but it's more about bringing people together.
And you bring in particular, I mean, people which I mentioned earlier on, when it comes to depression, which we know people, so many people suffering with depression. And what is your, technique there that it helps those type of people?
Yeah, so I think for me, I've been on my own journey, and it's not something I'm afraid to talk about because dance has played a massive role in my life. It's helped me through some really difficult times. I don't openly discuss these issues with my students. It's a safe space for them. It's a place for them to come and dance, and essentially it's a nice escape. It's like meditation. But I happily talk about these things in public because I want people to know that dance is amazing for mental health. Even if you turn up to my class and you just learn and dance, that in itself is really good for you. And I think it's really important that people understand that. And instead of doctors, giving medicine to people, I wish they just sent them to fitness classes, honestly.
Yes, that's true. And it's a very sensitive point which you actually touch based, and very interesting as well. People don't want to accept it. But I think dancing through that, what you're saying, it's a journey for itself, and it helps to come out of that, whether it's anxiety, whether it's any kind of, phobia, because the soul is free at that moment.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, don't get me wrong, there's still a stigma attached to, mental health in our community. It's a fact. And there's even a stigma attached to dancing in many communities. So can you imagine me, coming from a Pakistani background? I've had my own challenges as well. I've had many people telling me I shouldn't be dancing, but because I know how much it's helped me, I want people to understand, not to see it as a sin, but to see it as a great way of improving your mental health through fitness. It's not a bad thing. It's an amazing thing.
Yes, and it's an art. And this is why I
Exactly.
think people from particular communities not try to actually look at from that aspect, that dancing is an art, and how dance is being performed maybe in certain ways, that's totally different to what's actually an art, what you're doing it. And tell us a bit about the, especially the youngsters, how it keeps them away from or off the road.
So, so my younger student is 4, my elder student is 60. And for the youngsters, I'm really proud of them because I have, people in my team that are only 12 and 13 years old, and now they've started taking so much responsibility. And when I'm not around, they are able to take care of the video shoot themselves. They can choreograph for events themselves. I mean, unfortunately, I was out of the country during the National Bhangra Awards last year. And it was my youngsters that took over and, choreographed the piece and put it together and performed. And I was so proud of them, sat in a different country watching them, So for me, one of the things that's really important is to empower the next generation. It's about giving them responsibility, but not here, it's over to you now, but in small doses. And I think confidence naturally increases, and I've seen that with my students. The student that walked into my class 6 months ago, 6 weeks ago, isn't the same person 6 months, 6 weeks later. And that for me is the most satisfying thing, to see them develop.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's exactly, you see the development, isn't it? And how it grow. So your academy, how is it actually set up? And have you got, are there courses, or they're just running, weekly, or how is it set it up?
So I do it every weekly for now because this isn't my full-time job. So I always say by day, I'm a marketing manager. And then by night, I'm a Bhangra dancer. So I have to manage my time really efficiently because I'm not only working my full-time job, I'm running this academy, but then we also perform as well around the UK. Then I travel every now and then to teach in different countries. So I have weekly classes. It's a pay-as-you-go system. And the reason I've done that is because I want people to come and go as they wish. I don't want anybody to have any commitments.
Wow.
I understand sometimes circumstances change. So yeah, it's pay-as-you-go every week. And the beauty of the classes is it's very family-oriented. So you'll have, father and daughter dancing together, a mother and daughter perform on stage together.
Oh, wow.
And so that's the beauty, I think, of Dance Bhangra. And that's one of the things I'm most proud of, actually, that it's a very family-oriented class.
Wow, that's great. That's great. And if people would like to get in touch with you or your website, would you like to mention that, please?
Yeah, sure. So you can get in touch with me through website, which is dance-bhangra.com, or follow us on Instagram or Facebook, which is @Dance Bhangra.
Wow, good. So when you mentioned that you are traveling a lot, so you have taught in different countries. How had that actually was it organized? Well, people are getting in touch with you and they say, "Come on, Ridaa, come to us and set up a course," or what's happening there?
It's a little bit of both. So sometimes people get in touch, and then sometimes it's through contacts already in the business. So I think one of the things that I love is that we are connected worldwide. So so there's different ways of doing it, and I think the beauty of going to different countries to teach is you get exposed to a different culture, but then you're introducing your Punjabi culture, right? So I think that's what I love about it. And I think for me, it's just so fascinating how passionate dancers are around the world. I mean, when I went to Barcelona, for example, they were so passionate about Bhangra, about dance, so talented as well. And they were predominantly Spanish people attending my class. It wasn't Punjabi people, and that's what I loved about it. And it's the same in Italy as well. So I've got some really close friends in Italy, and there's a massive Bhangra scene there as well. So yeah, it's great.
And when you used to teach yourself, looking at YouTube videos or whatever, so who was your inspiration?
It's a strange one because, see, 13 years ago, people weren't really using social media as a platform to show their dance videos. So there wasn't really many dance videos. I was learning more through the beat. So when I'm teaching, I always say to people, you need to feel the music. So when you dance, don't just think, okay, 1 and 2 and 3, you have to feel the music. And I think that's how I started to learn. So I knew the different kinds of beats. Sometimes I'd watch, like, I love Punjabi MC. He doesn't really dance in his videos, but that was the music I grew up listening to. And then I never knew in a million years that I'd end up being in his music video. So we're in his latest music video now, which I'm still so excited about. And then people like Dr. Zoo. So they're all the people I grew up listening to with their Punjabi music. And Old is Gold, that was classic for me. And now I love Kuldeep Manak and all of the really traditional folk singers, but it was more about the beat for me, not about watching people dance, if that makes sense.
And it's not only Bhangra where you actually perform, you do perform other dances as well.
No, it's just Bhangra for me.
It's Bhangra, okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I wanted to specialize in something. I love all kinds of dance, honestly. I could watch dance videos all day from different parts of the world. But for me, I specialize in Bhangra, and it's something that I wanted to make sure that I knew enough about to then teach people. So like I said, every day I'm, trying to learn new things and educate myself.
And how did the community actually, when you said it was a struggle in the beginning, what was the worst struggle that they didn't understand or wanted to accept you as a dancer?
I think it was just being of Pakistani origin, obviously religion as well. And I think people used to tell me, you shouldn't be dancing, Ridaa. This is wrong. It's not accepted in your religion. And my response was always, look, I'm on my own journey. You're on your own journey. This is what's helping me get through tough times. And now it's helping other people. So if you're telling me to stop, do you know how many people won't experience this journey? And now I've learned how to deal with it. I think the more people are seeing how much positive change it's bringing into people's lives, I
Yeah.
think the less they're telling me it's wrong now.
And
And my
yes, go on.
my biggest blessing is my parents. I think, you know, to have supportive parents
Yeah.
literally can make or break you. I have friends that had to stop dancing because they weren't allowed, but I have the most supportive parents in the world, and I couldn't have reached this far without them, honestly.
God bless them. That's wonderful to
Yeah,
hear. Giving that support, family support, friend support. But I think parents, that's I say the best dua, whatever you can get
yeah,
it. Isn't it? So
definitely.
beautiful. You have touched many, many people's heart with that, whatever you're doing. And I think, especially to get those people with issues, whether it's mental health or any kind of, thinking what they can't get over it, and touching their heart and the soul, and then bringing them out in such a way where you see that actually how beautiful have they grown.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah. And we don't want to just stop here. There's so much more we can do.
I
For
was going to
me, it's
ask you,
time.
your future plans. What are your future plans?
So one of my dreams is to really create some sort of a program that ties in Bhangra with mental health. And I know a lot of people are doing it already, and I like to work closely with them. But that for me is key, because, like I said, I don't want doctors constantly giving out medication when they can,
Yeah.
send somebody to a fitness class.
Hmm.
I think for me, it's to continue bringing in the younger generation, educating them, empowering them. It's so important. Like I always say to the younger generation, it's so important to have that extracurricular activity on your CV when you're developing your career as well. So that's why I really push for that. And also to continue creating a safe space for current students, future students. And yeah, like, my niece is 18 months and I'm already teaching her.
18
So
months.
yeah, she's already dancing and she sees me on TV and she loves it. So the more, I am the only dancer in my family, so the more people I can inspire and the more dancers I can create in my family, then I'll be happy.
Have your parents start to dance as well?
Yeah, so my mum, she used to come to my classes, but my mum travels back and forth often. She has family in Lahore. So she was coming to my classes when she was here. My sisters come to my classes, and then when my niece is ready, she'll start coming as well.
Wow, great. Wonderful talking to you. And
Thank you.
what is your, before you leave, what's your message of hope to the audience?
So I guess I just want to say it's been a really, really tough 4 months for, many of us, but don't lose hope. I think that we will get there in the end. The future is bright. But help each other, be kind, be nice. It's very easy to forget to be kind sometimes. So just be good to each other and we will get through this together.
Great. Thank you very much.
No,
God bless.
thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time and coming on and giving that support. And I'm looking forward to see you on the 25th of July.
Yes, I'm looking forward to performing. Thank you.
Thank you, Ridaa. God bless. Take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. This was the amazing Ridaa. And you can see that dance, how it touched the soul and how we actually get over so many things. Thank you very much for joining me. And remember, it's so important never to lose hope. No matter what happens in life, as nothing stays forever, whether it's a good time or bad time. Together, we will get over it. And that's what we have to believe. I will be back very soon with our next interesting interview. Until then, look after yourself, stay alert, stay safe. Lots of love.